Here in our course, we discuss the four kinds of forces. These forces are universal and it is found everywhere in each place wherever you go. The first one is strong force. The second one is electromagnetic force. The third one is weak force. And the last one is gravitational force. So Griffith enlisted these forces in the list of decreasing strength, and the brief expression of these forces may surprise you, as you may head with some uh, questions about the other forces, like where is the fractional force that protect us from slipping while walking on the surface of the earth? The normal force which keep us from falling through the floor, the chemical force which binds molecules together, and the force of impact between the two colliding billiard balls. The answer to all these forces is electromagnetic force, and it is barely an exaggeration to say that we live in an electromagnetic world. And it's a fact that uh, we feel, we experience in everyday life is electromagnetic force, including gravity, is also an electromagnetic force in origin. So the first force is strong force. Strong force is also called the nuclear force because it is found within the nucleus. The strong force is so strong that it binds the protons and neutrons, and it is also existed between the protons and neutrons. And the strong force is so strong that it is 10 raised to the power 38 times larger than the gravitational force. And its range is 10 raised to the power minus 15 meter or 1 femtometer, where the strong force is acted. Mean the 1 femtometer is the distance between the particles where the strong force acted. The mediating particles which are responsible for the strong force are gluons, and gluons are emitted by the quarks. Gluon is suitably named as gluons it because of gluing, as it glue the the particles together in order to make the strong force. The second one is electromagnetic force. So electromagnetic force is the combination of electrically charged particle and magnetic field. You know, when electrically charged particles is moved across the conductor, it produces a current and also magnetic field around the conductor. The example can be considered as I am holding a conductor wire. Think about now think about the if the electrical charge particle is allowed to throughout the conductor, then it will produce the magnetic field around it. My forefinger show us the magnetic field, and the thumb is actually the direction of the current. The electromagnetic force is 10 raised to the power 36 times larger than the gravitational force and 100 times less than the strong force. And its range is infinity because the electromagnetic force is experienced at infinite range. And the mediating particle which are responsible for electromagnetic force is photons. Now, let's imagine that we have a nucleus and we are putting a like charged protons inside it. What will happen when we increase the number of protons within the nucleus will spread out. As we increase the number of protons, in response the nucleus will also spread out. And it will reach to an extent that the distance or the range between the edges particle will be more, and the force between the like charges, which are protons, will decrease to the 10 raised to the power 25. In this stage, the radioactive decay will take place, which happens in weak force. So weak force is the force at which the radioactive decay take place. And the weak force is 10 raised to the power 25 times larger than the gravitational force and much smaller than the electromagnetic force. And its range is where the weak force can be experienced is 10 raised to the power 18, which is almost equal to the size of an electron. The mediating particles which are responsible for the weak force are bosons, which is represented by W and Z. Now, if we unify these two forces, it will give us another force which is called electroweak force. The electroweak force is the unification that is got from the unification of electromagnetic force and weak force, and it is unified by the contribution of Abdus Salam and his colleagues. The last one force is gravitational force, which is acted between the masses. As we increase the size of the mass, the gravitational force also increase. And if we increase the size of an object as the size of an earth, then the gravitational force will be 1 unit as compared to the strong force, which is 10 raised to the power 38 times larger than the gravitational force. And its range will be infinity, mean we can experience it at the infinite range. The mediating particles which are responsible for gravitational force are gravitons.